Yeah, I've been watching rugby, synchronized swimming, table tennis, break dancing, beach volleyball, the usual, surfing.
Badminton. Did you
Hold on,
get
we're gonna
some
lie.
badminton? Did you get some bad? That badminton, some real things. It's the real stuff, boy.
Hey man, let me tell you something about them Olympic sports that I'm realizing now. They they take that like it's game 7. I was watching table tennis the other day. Man, they dead serious about these events. What? They is not
Boy,
joking.
they are not playing. This is for the the real world championship, for real.
They ain't joking.
Oh, my bad. This is for Valuable Podcast. We about to hit that button now. Let's go.
Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, boys, yeah. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we them boys.
Oh, good evening. This is for Valuable Podcast.
Oh,
I'm
let
your
me go
host, Fabian
share.
Vicks.
I'm sorry, I'm going to blank out real quick, guys, so I can share on Facebook.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance voice.
This is a tradition unlike any other.
Unlike any other, every Sunday and every Wednesday, tune in to Facebook, YouTube, a tradition like any other.
The Valley Boys. We got a bunch of sponsors we gotta get to. We got Big Straw. We got Mike. I'm Fade. This is not the pivot. Um, Sundays and Wednesdays, like Straw said, catch us on there. When we come back on Sundays, the movie we're gonna review is Pulp Fiction. We're gonna review Pulp Fiction. We'll go back on Sunday. Say
That's a
great
good
movie.
movie there, Fabe. That's a good movie there.
So if y'all guys available Sunday to watch, we're gonna talk about Pulp Fiction because when football hits, we're not gonna have a show on Sundays. So to be ready for it. Crazy Straw. This is Ryan's love child. You're crazy. You got straws. Crazy straws. Just for me, as you can see in the top right, Ryan does not use any beard enhancements. He has one of the most immaculate goatees this side of the Mississippi. But if you like me, have gray, I'm not going to use it because I'm already old. There's no point. But if you want to look younger, go ahead and get you some of that CB4 from Walmart. Get it on Tuesday. The truck come on Monday. All right. That's way
Fabe, I promise you, this white lightning, it bring them in. I'm telling you, you can let it go. This white lightning bring them in, folks. I'm telling you.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. That's Wave and Groom. Mike has been using Dax Wave and Groom, the red jar, for over 35 years. He still has waves to this day. He swears by it. $4.29 for General Dollar. Arizona tea, 99 cents in Georgia, 89 cents in Florida, 100% diabetes. Try if you want to. That's the
I'm
new
well for women, and I
Try
have diabetes.
Try. I'm with Brooklyn. I got diabetes. Of course, you catch us on Facebook and the YouTube. BuyNightShirt.com. You already know. You want some black stuff? HBCU or Panhandle the 9. Bernard Ingram. BuyNightShirt.com. Great stuff. Gotta give you some more stuff. Then this podcast, chopping it up. You know what to do. Talks about music, real life. Just hit them up. And of course, our favorite sponsor, Henny and Coke, Ginger Ale, and Crown Royal.
The dark liquor.
The dark liquors. I'm gonna start with I think it's Media Day, Mike. What you said on the rundown, if I remember correctly.
I think we opening shots instead of ending with parting shot with Fade. We're gonna open up with Fade. Something Fade want to discuss and get off his chest first.
Yeah, let's.
I ain't no telling what this is, Ryan. So get ready. Get ready, Ryan.
I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on.
Get ready, Ryan.
I don't have anything to get off my chest, but I think I said it a couple weeks ago on the parting shot. But Stephen A. Smith better be careful with his $25 million a year. Two things. Does he deserve more money than Pat McAfee and Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, who are great at their jobs? Yeah. Will ESPN continue to go if Stephen A. Smith not there? Yeah. Will I still watch First Take or listen to it in the podcast on my way home? Yeah. Will I watch his show that's on YouTube? No. He's somebody trying to talk politics who can't even talk politics. Same person try to talk football. Really don't know football. Why I'm gonna listen to him about politics? He's an independent, which is nothing wrong being an independent. He's fair-minded, quote unquote. But this contract dispute, Stephen A., this is your last year. $25 million a year, that's a lot for a personality, which comes with great responsibility, which means they're gonna work you like a slave, which they're already doing now. 25 million, you probably deserve it, but ESPN could say, you know what, we got Shannon Sharp locked up for 3-4 more years. So just be careful.
So yeah, just take a look at folks like that actually started and brought the mothership to where it is today. People like Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick was with ESPN for years and years and years, and just walked away. Period. Just walked away. And when he walked away, he kept it moving. And like you said, it kept going without him. So Dan Patrick's one of them big names that started the mothership, helped keep it going to where it is today. But he found his time and moved on to greener pastures, as they say.
Rich Eisen in there.
Ryan, real quick. When we have played Vicks opening shots, we don't say nothing, sir. It's all his. Not unless he asks us to say something. Okay.
My apologies.
I still have Fade gonna talk, so we just shut up until Fade invites us. Because this is called Fade's opening shots, not parting shots. It's opening shots, and you see what the hell he opened up with tonight. So I got reference this Ryan. You let him talk until he asks us something.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
Watch this, Ryan. Watch this. It ain't over, Ryan. Watch this.
I had one more. Y'all probably wonder where the hell Max Kellerman at too. As you know, Max Kellerman got it out in the mud with broadcast radio doing boxing. Very talented, smart guy, Columbia University. Of course, he got laid off. He is off his contract in November. It must be nice to get paid not to work, because that's what the choice ESPN made, which to me is counterintuitive. You're trying to save money, but you're going to pay folks not to work. So I honestly can't wait to see what Max is going to do. He says some stupid stuff, but I will take him over Stephen A. Smith. I would take Jamal Jenkins over Stephen A. Smith. And that says a lot.
I walked right into this tear down.
But Jamal in small doses.
I walked right into it.
You gotta watch your third eye, King. You gotta stay woke, King. You gotta stay woke.
Oh my God, I walked right into it, man.
LeBron is trash because he's from my hometown. I didn't get discovered. Chicken tender.
Oh, man.
I won an SIAC championship.
I did too. I won one of those too.
Me three. I won one also.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, we have Damon, Ryan, Mike, Faye.
Hey.
This is the pivot. No, it's not the pivot. Just playing. This is not the pivot. Let's get started. Any comments on my opening thoughts? We already heard what Mike said, so you know.
I ain't saying nothing. I'll leave it up to Ryan and Damon. I'm quiet.
I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I'm not gonna Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. I'm gonna leave that alone. I will say this one thing. I do think Max got a bad deal, man, because the show is supposed to be a debate and opinionated. It's a lot of things we can mock everybody on that show for their opinion on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody can get mocked, but they gave Max. But one thing they couldn't touch him on is that boxing.
Boxing or politics.
They him talking on that boxing because he could talk them in his sleep and know information than all of them.
Those are facts. That's why That's why I'm gonna go right back into it. Vet said he won 2 championships. See, he got more than Jinx. But um, with Max, when he got moved from sports from First Take to his radio show, and then he got This Just In, and then on Fridays he did Max on Boxing. How sustainable could that have been if they would have kept him on contract? That would have been sustainable. Think about it. You had to get up 4 o'clock in the morning to do a radio show 6 to 10. Then you got to sit around and wait till 2 o'clock. Then on Fridays, your Friday is screwed because you got to wait till 5 to do your show. So on Fridays, that's your worst day of the week. Monday through Thursday is already bad because you're up from 4 until probably 4, maybe 5. Then you got to go home and go straight to bed about 3 hours later.
He actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Fab, he actually had good knowledge on the MMA UFC too.
Yeah, he
was very knowledgeable in that as well. So it was like they could have did some things with Max. It could have involved more with Max.
Especially MMA.
Stephen A was the guy that got everybody going. I agree with Vet. His first step, I agree with when he say he was trying to be like Stuart Scott. Can't replace Stuart Scott, man. In my opinion. No, I agree with Vet on that. I agree. That whole statement, I agree with him.
Now the tag onto that too, Ariel Helwani, who used to work for ESPN cover MMA, they could have did some things with him, but he left flat out period. He was doing Real Sports before Real Sports went off the air. There's a couple avenues that could have, because since ESPN has MMA, especially with pay-per-view, you could have used Max on that. There's a lot of avenues they could have went. They could have Max on boxing, Max on fighting, or something like that. They're tied in MMA and that, and you could have
Max on combat sports, Max on combat, something like that. You could have had Daniel Cormier. You could have had Ryan Clark come in. You could have different rotating guests coming in on that, because ESPN has this big deal with MMA, especially with the pay-per-view. On their specific fight, because they have big fights I believe once a month with pay-per-view, if I remember correctly. Am I correct on that? Somebody check me on the chat on that, but I think Max gonna make a big comeback probably after November. I would say January, February. Don't know what's gonna be. Probably gonna be something podcast, but he's gonna use that money that he was sitting on with ESPN to make it happen.
Well, Marcellus Wiley talks real high on Max. Marcellus
he
talks real high on him. Yeah, bet right on this one right here, bro. He trying to be something he not. There'll never be another Stuart Scott, man. Sorry. So that's who we grew up watching, man. You know what I'm saying? So to replace a guy like that, and Ryan, I heard you talking about what's his name? My name slipped my mind. Dan Patrick. Those cats, man. They set the foundation, and you would be hard pressed to try to replace that. Only thing you can do is get somebody close to it. You're not gonna be able. You're not gonna Dan Patrick,
Keith Olbermann,
all those the founding cats. It's gonna be hard to replace. You can only get somebody who is just as good, who brings their own flavor to the show. You know what I'm saying? And as much as Fabe hate him, that's what Stephen A. Smith do. He brings his own flavor to the show. He's loud. He is informative. He uses the big words so people can talk. He brings his own flavor to the show, and that's what makes the show good. You know, that's what makes ESPN run. As much as Faye, I agree with a lot of Faye saying I got to give Stephen A. his credit on that. He knows how to get the crowd.
Vet, come on, Vet. That's cold blooded. That's cold blooded. That's cold blooded. But that 4K will bring them herpes out. 4K will bring the herpes out. But I know we gotta get to the sports part of the show, but I don't hate Stephen A. Smith. He just get on my damn nerve.
I get that.
He gets on my damn nerve. He's like Dr. Phil. You hate watch it every day. You hate see what stupid thing he gonna say. Like, women, Caitlin Clark should be on the Olympic team, or whatever other stupid stuff you say. Oh, that's another thing. Dawn Staley, I love you. Caitlin Clark ain't gonna make the Olympic team until another 4 years. She should be considered this year. She wouldn't have created a vibe. No. She's shooting 38% from field, 33% from three. That's because she played a straight year of basketball. No break. She's not ready for that right now. Okay. Anyway, Don Saylor's still gonna pick you to win championship, but you're just kind of wrong on that take. That's enough for sports right now. That my sports take. Open the thought. Mike regretting that decision for me to do that. ACC Media Day. This is we do this every year where we pretend we're media specialists for each of the specific conferences, and this week we're talking about the ACC. And I'm gonna ask you guys this question. I have 3 questions. First one, Florida State. They're going back to back, guys. Start with Damon.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going back to back. I think they'll be in contention because let me ask y'all a question. Notre Dame is still considered ACC in football, or are they independent? Do they still play? How that work? Because I'm a little lost on that part.
Notre Dame independent, bro.
I thought they had a contract with
Stanford's in the conference now, so that's they play.
Okay, so
they play 5 games against the ACC each year.
That's what I had mixed up. I knew they had played some games. Okay, so Florida State to be in contention. I think this may be if Dabo don't do something this year, they're gonna call for his job. Miami, still gotta look at Miami. Now that I think about it, the contention is starting to fade a little bit because Florida State lost some valuable pieces to that team. So they may be in contention. I don't think they'll go undefeated or back-to-back. I don't think they're gonna go back-to-back.
Mike and Ryan.
I got them going back. I got them going back-to-back. Fave. I got them probably playing Miami or maybe NC State for the ACC title. Florida State and Clemson and Miami in a sense of above and beyond the rest of everybody in the ACC now. So Florida State to go back-to-back the ACC.
I agree with Mike. And the reason I think that because I think they still got a sour taste in their mouth from the end of the year. And as much as we talk about the way it happened, and as much as we talk about it, and especially they lost to Georgia, that's still a sour taste. That's like sucking on a whole lemon. So I think that this team is probably a little bit better than what we think they are, or they're a little bit more motivated than what we think they are. They are going to be ready to prove that Jordan Travis won the end-all, be-all, and that they are a team. Their coach is going. That's what he's going to drill. That is what he's going to drill. Nia Norvell bringing people in from the portal. Thank you, Anatoly. And Norvell, and I speak on Norvell because I know what he did at Memphis, bringing Memphis and doing what he did at Memphis. And I know it's a smaller pond, smaller fishbowl, but I really think that his message is going to ring clear. And you're going to have some people step up that you ain't never heard of, and you're going to have some cats that just be like, I'm not finna let my teammates down. What happened last year was last year, and we're going to prove that we are the reigning, defending champs of the ACC.
Man, Vet just said it all. Just what I thought. They lost a lot of production on both sides of the ball.
16 stars.
That's going to be tough to overcome, especially when a majority of the ACC didn't lose as much as they did production-wise.
I agree with that. Dane. Thing is that you're going to have some guys that we ain't seen, but that's why I say all the losses that we see, the running back, the wide, that quarterback going to be a toss-up. But these other cats are ready to step up. Defensively, I think they're going to be ready to show some people, hey, yeah, we did it last year on offense, But this year on defense, I think we gonna shock some people. We gonna do like Muhammad Ali. We gonna shake up the world.
Y'all remember this name right here. This might be the key to the ACC altogether. Washington State transfer quarterback Cam Ward. He is at, or was he at Houston? No, that was the King kid. He was at Washington State. He's at Miami now. He's a starting quarterback for the U. He comes out and have a great year. Miami could surprise some folks. They really could.
I agree with that, Mike. I do agree with that. Question. Wait, where did DJ?
He's at Florida State.
He's at Florida State. So he transferred to Florida State. Quarterback
That's why I say that the quarterback position is a toss up because we don't know what Uangalele is going. We don't know which one going to show up.
I still believe this. Is just me, y'all. I know the transfer portal is good, but you still got that was a lot of production. Ryan, you're right. You never know who may step up. That's with any team. Somebody is going to be a dark horse. I still think, though, remember that was a stud team. That Florida State team was a stud team, and they relied a lot on their wideouts, and they relied a lot on the defensive line and their corners. They lost a lot of that via graduation and draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to get a feel of your team all over again. It's just like the home squad. Got to get a feel of who we lost and what we got. The difference is we didn't lose a lot as much on defense as we did on offense. So we do at least know one side of the ball does have an identity. With FSU, we really don't know. That's the only thing I'm saying. That's the only reason I'm saying they may not make it back. We will have to see through the season because anything can happen. But as of now, because I don't see them having a real identity on both sides not because of anything else, but loss of production, that would be my only thing.
Watch for NC State and watch for SMU. This is SMU first year in the ACC, which by the way, man, this is the craziest conference of all time. Cal, Stanford, and SMU. I ain't too surprised with SMU, but Cal and Stanford in the ACC, man, this is crazy. this is crazy here, boy. So, and there's been some talks this week on Twitter and different places. Some of these teams in the ACC may be going to the Big 12. There's some talks brewing with some teams. Watch out for Louisville.
You know what? To be honest with you, Mike, the whole college football landscape, as far as where people are in conferences, is all effed up. So I really think that this is just a stopgap for a lot of teams. So this is, we got the ACC how it is, but it's gonna work itself out. It's gonna work itself out. We're gonna end up with 4 major conferences with about 16 to 20 teams apiece, and we
got that now, right? That's what we got.
Well, they gonna work themselves out because you got to remember that Stanford and Cal, teams like Stanford and Cal, the only reason they came to the ACC was because of the dollars. It's the dollars. It ain't about nothing else. Because hell, they don't belong. To be honest with you, they do not belong. How you gonna take a team from the West Coast, got to travel to a Miami or a Florida State, literally all the way across the doggone country, and expect to have a competitive football game? If it does and they win, that means their talent is better. But if their talent is somewhat par, the advantage goes to whoever's on the East Coast. This thing.
Hey, but teams got to go out there too now.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I don't know Cal and Stanford, schedule right on.
It works.
But they gonna have to go out there.
I'm a deterrent from the way these conferences set up. But once again, green is the only color that matters right now because that's what got the folks where they are. The only thing that's what it is. It's green.
Cal and Stanford. The thing about Cal and Stanford, it wasn't all about the money. They ain't had nowhere else to go. No other conference wanted them. Then secondly, Cal and Stanford fit right in with some of them schools in the ACC academically. Duke and North Carolina and Georgia Tech. This perfect for them on an academic level. And what this does for Cal, Stanford, and SMU and the ACC in a whole, you are bringing more nationally to the ACC when it comes to recruiting and TV-wise. You're going to have somebody out in San Francisco this year watching Stanford versus Georgia Tech. And it's going to enhance the recruiting, too. All this has to do, of course, with money. It has to do with recruiting, a TV deal. But simply, when the Pac-12 was crumbling, Cal and Stanford jumped. They had nowhere else to go. Bottom line. And that's why they joined the ACC. They know they couldn't go to the Big Ten. They knew they couldn't go to SEC. Big 12 had already got who they want. They had nowhere else to go. They weren't going to drop down to the Mountain West, so they had nowhere else to go.
Hey, fun fact, though. Real talk, this is one of the reasons why the Big Ten and Cal and Stanford didn't come along. Money. They fit academic-wise in the Big Ten. So it was about money. When you got a school, mainly for real Stanford, who is hell-bent on academics, money, it's about the money. The alumni don't care nothing about that. They care about who's gonna be the next billionaire architect. You know what I'm saying? Football doesn't matter to them. So you can bring in a Cal and a Stanford to the ACC because it does fit. It does fit, like you said, Mike, academically. At the same time, it really doesn't matter to the ACC about them coming in. They add in more people. They know what they accomplished with football. The Big Ten knew they weren't going to bring in no draw. The Big Ten grabbed the teams that was going to bring in a draw.
Right.
Oregon. They brought in the stud, the best teams that was not only going to be competitive, but it was going to bring in money to the Big Ten network. It's all going to come down to, and fellas, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, there will be no conferences. It's going to be a 16 to 20 team super conference that's going to play for their own national title. I guarantee it.
I really think I agree with you to that point, Damien. I think it's going to be a 16 to 20 team super conference, but I really think the integrity of the NCAA is going to allow them. So you're going to have 4 champions that are going to play. Well, you're going to have, I mean, the way it's set up now, you'll have 12, but eventually you will have 4 teams that are going to eventually play for a real national champion if you set it up that way.
Who y'all think gonna win the AC outright though? Who has the best chance with the teams that's coming back as of now? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna take the Ric Flair approach with this. Until you can beat me 1, 2, 3 in the middle, Florida State are the reigning champs. You got to beat me 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Who you say, Mike?
I'm not already saying it. I told you, Florida State. It's Florida State, then maybe Miami, then Clemson or NC State.
Who you got, Faye?
I got Florida State, North Carolina tied with Miami. Clemson nowhere near because Dabo don't want to hit the portal.
Yeah, see, that's what's going to get Dabo up out of there.
Dabo going to be. I really think Dabo.
That's what I was about to get to. My bad. Go ahead, Ryan. My bad, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I think Dabo going to be gone before the end of the year. I really think he's going to be gone before the end of the year. I think if he's not gone by the middle of the year, he will be gone. Sometime he's going to be gone if they don't win 8 games. Dabo going to be gone. That ain't the standard. That ain't what he brought.
I told you.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Do y'all really think they're finna fire Dabo Swinney?
Mike,
are y'all crazy?
I don't think they're gonna fire him. I don't think they're gonna fire him.
Let me tell y'all something right now. Name me another coach right now in college football got a national championship. I'll tell you, Kirby Smart. Who else?
I get your point, Mike. But what Fabian
tell
and
him.
what Ryan said, Dabo is being stubborn. He's not evolving with the times. He don't want to get the portal and get and pluck these players. That's going to push Clemson further and further down the map. If he don't want to change, they'll get somebody in there that the boosters will support, and they'll get Dabo up out of there. Even though he's won national titles and he's done his thing, times are evolving, bro.
Mhm.
Trust me. Mike, your whole thing, I agree with you.
So the thing,
They
I
not
agree.
gonna do that.
I totally agree with you, Damon, because that is why what we're talking about now, Dabo being stubborn, is the exact reason Nick Saban left the game. The game is evolving. The game is changing to a more of a monetary thing, and it's not all about skills. Mike, me and you have talked offline before, and what did you tell me? You follow college basketball recruit. Who are the people they take first? Transfer portal cats or the 5 stars off straight off?
It's a mixture, but it's a more transfer portal kid. But at the same time,
he ain't the
they are not finna fire no Dabo Sweeney.
Okay.
Ryan Day's job is in more jeopardy than Dabo Sweeney's job.
I think Ryan
got two national championships.
Ryan Day will actually have a decent year this year to where it probably is going to save his job.
I don't think Ryan Day gonna be fired either. I'm just saying, Ryan Day will be fired before Dabo Sweeney. Dabo is gonna leave on his own before he fired. They're not gonna fire Dabo Sweeney.
Mike. I can't literally. To a certain degree, I agree with you. Where I don't agree with you is that they won't fire him. They will fire him if they feel like the boosters is coming at them like either Dabo changes or we taking our money. They will get him out of there. They will get him out of there because Dabo refuses to evolve. Just like Nick Saban said, look, the players is running this. I can't do it. I'm out. They gonna get Dabo the same way. Now, if he come out and he go to the I think the one thing to save his job if he win that ACC and go to the playoffs and make a run.
Dabo Sweeney's buyout of $60 million X that. Matt Brown has a championship from Texas in 2005. Jimbo had a championship with Florida State before he left to go to Texas, and he was
Jimbo ain't coaching no more. Is what Jimbo ain't now?
No, he taking that $90 million buyout that he all cash for him. We were just saying Anatole saying who's in college football. I'm just saying right now, just Matt Brown right now is the only one that I can think of right now. Matt Brown and Matt Brown and Dabo.
That's it. They're not finna fire this man. That man is not going nowhere. Now he's got to do a better job of hitting that transfer portal, but this dude's not going nowhere, man.
So you telling me if they was to fall flat and miss everything? I mean, I'm talking about miss the playoff, miss a bowl game, win 5 games this year. You telling me they're not gonna fire Dabo Sweeney?
That seat gonna be real hot. I don't think they're gonna fire him.
Yeah, it'll be hot, but at the same time, Dabo ain't gonna go 5-7. They're not gonna lose less than 4 games. The least they will go 8-4, 9-3. That's the least.
He set a real high bar for himself, fellas. He may not get fired, but I tell you what, don't be surprised if it happened. I'm really seeing what Ryan is saying. I'm not jumping the gun to say he'll get fired. I'm saying if he doesn't, it's been a few bad years in between them national titles. And a lot of it is because a lot of coaches have leapfrogged him in this transfer portal, and he refuses to use it. And the people in South Carolina, especially Clemson and South Carolina, they are football fanatics. If those boosters decide to say, we'll pay that $60 million to get him out of there, especially if they got somebody that's willing to jump into the portal to put Clemson back on that rock. I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm saying it's more likely, and I give it more credence than y'all do, because anything's possible, especially in college.
I really think that it's possible. It's more likely than possible, because I mean, I'm looking at, okay, so let's look at when they play Georgia. Georgia goes in there and beats the dog stew out of them, even though it's a top 10, top 5 opponent. Georgia shows they ass, and Clemson don't do nothing.
Pull up the record, Fade. Pull up the schedule, so we'll call it out. Go ahead, Ryan.
So
Georgia,
I'm just saying, Georgia goes in there and shows they behind, and shows why they the ranked number 1 or 2 or whatever it's going to be when the preseason polls come out. And then that seat getting them mighty hot. They can't lose too many more, in my opinion, before they say, you know what? Well, he did this. He did this because he wasn't do the NIL. He wasn't going to transfer. He didn't recruit the same recruits at the Alabamas, the Georgias, the other people. That was a call. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But look, that's not the point. That's not the point, sir. The point is, if Georgia manhandles these folks, then what would the seat get really, really hot? I'm sorry.
Roll off the schedule, Fade. I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna make the prediction. Roll off the.
All right, Georgia. I think it's safe to say that's a loss.
Yeah, we're saying loss to Georgia.
Appalachian State at home.
Hey, now, hey, you can talk,
bro.
Hey, you can talk to David about that one now. Appalachian State knocked off Michigan. They knocked off Texas A&M.
See?
Hey, now,
I don't take them for granted at all.
See?
Man,
This ain't no cupcake, baby. This ain't no cupcake.
I'm still going with Clemson. I go with Clemson.
All right, they have a bye week on the 14th. North Carolina State.
At home.
That's a dog fight. Come on.
That's a home.
North
Carolina State.
That's in Death Valley.
That's at Death Valley.
I'm going Clemson.
I go Clemson by 3. They get 3 on the line. They get 3.
Stanford.
They'll
I got
win.
Clemson.
Florida State at Florida State.
That's
that's a loss.
depending on how that Seminole.
That's a tough one too, though.
That's a loss, bro.
Because if Florida State they lost a lot, that's a toss-up. But I go Florida State. So they 3-2.
Plus, it's a revenge game for DJ Uiagalelei. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida State.
Yeah. I'm going Florida State.
Wake Forest
Win.
at home versus Virginia.
Win.
That's a win.
Louisville, who went 9-3 last year, I believe.
Yeah, they
How
did.
they return? What they returning?
They got a lot. They didn't lose a lot, bro.
Louisville.
All right, Virginia Tech.
I'm going Clemson.
Tech always play Clemson pretty close. Where they playing at?
That's going to be
Blacksburg.
at Blacksburg.
That's gonna be a tough one. I might go Tech in that one home.
Okay. Pitt at Pitt.
Win.
That's gonna be a cold game. Ooh.
I got Clemson by 7 in that one.
I'm going with an upset. I'm going Pittsburgh.
I might go with Pittsburgh on that one too.
That game gonna be cold. They don't do good a lot of times in cold weather. I'm going Pitt.
Okay, well, you proving my point, sir. Go ahead, next game.
Citadel.
That's a win.
That's a win.
And South Carolina. Thanksgiving weekend.
All right, I like Clemson.
Yeah, no, they had Spencer Rattler. They might have had a chance, but I'm taking Clemson on that one.
I'm going 9-3 Clemson. 9-3.
I'll say Clemson, but only because that's a rivalry game in South Carolina. Now, South Carolina, we'll see how it goes, but I think South Carolina could possibly.
They lost Rattler. They didn't lose a lot on that defense, though.
No, they didn't.
They didn't lose a lot on that defense, so it's a toss-up. This Clemson, this is the caveat I throw in there. We say they'll lose to Georgia. If one of those 3 losses is to somebody they was heavily favored, and it's a blowout, you add that to it. It's a lot of stuff that. All I'm saying is boosters run schools.
Yep.
And if they don't like what they see and they don't see an improvement, as opposed when he won on Natties, they finna start barking, bro. Because they used to winning. It's like
going back to the original point, Faith. He don't have the same caliber of athletes that he had when he won the Natties. Sunshine. Trevor Lawrence, he got them same caliber athletes at skilled positions.
That's a problem.
He stopped recruiting.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's just like Fred said earlier, when y'all was talking about Ryan Day. I've been saying this. All he really got to do is beat Michigan. He beat Michigan this year. He's Gucci.
He
mess around. This class he got, this team he got is freaking loaded. If he mess around and lose, he's gonna be the John Cooper, and they gonna start calling for his job. I'm not saying that he don't get fired, but he gonna hear Columbus is gonna be in an uproar.
40-0 against all opponents in regular seasons, excluding Michigan. Let's move on right quick because we gotta get to ranking the quarterbacks in the AFC North. Michael, what the hell wrong going on with UGA and the damn DUIs and speeding shit?
Yeah,
man, let Ryan handle that. I'm passing that to my little bro right there. Ryan, you get that to Ryan. Let Ryan handle it first. Ryan, take that heat.
So I'm gonna take this heat, but I promise you, when they do a 30 for 30 on UGA, it's gonna be called 55 and 25.
Oh man.
Oh, right.
But look, man, it's just like I think Anatoly said in our chat earlier about the when the guy got into the Uber and found out the guy was a former University of Georgia player. Look, let's be for real about this, and I'm being for real. These guys, this NIL, these cars, they get. It's too tempting for them not to go out and do stupid stuff. It's just, I guess, because they are they're the two-time national champions. They have a lot more light shining on them than they did when Mark Richt was there. So every little thing they got to realize, and it is part of Kirby. Every little freaking thing that they do is gonna be magnified. Hell, you can have one player walk down the middle of campus, trip over a rock, bump into another student, and they say, oh Lord, he ran toward him and tackled this girl because everything is magnified. It's just how it is. Kirby is going to have another meeting and have people come in. It ain't just going to be Kirby and Kirby's voice. He's going to have some folks for real to come in and talk to these players. And I'm sure he has. But he's going to have to do a little bit more because these folks, I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Now everything ain't about them call. Ra Thomas, for the second time last week, has a family violence charge. He has a kid up there.
Is family balance or violence?
Family violence charge. What I say?
Balance.
What's balance?
What's balance?
Family violence charge. That's his second one since he been at Georgia.
That's your second balance too.
Huh?
That's your second balance also.
Say what?
Second violence, family violence. So,
okay.
My thing with Georgia, Ryan is putting the blame on Kirby. The blame that I'm gonna put on Kirby when it comes to this, you recruiting these guys. Like this is the somewhat the equivalent of what Florida was experiencing with all them dudes. It's like the biggest song, more money, more problem. The better players you get, the more problems you're gonna get. And that's what Georgia's experiencing right now. The driving the cars and doing this and that. It's I don't think it's a Kirby issue. It's a team issue.
Anatoly said it best. You can't give an 18. So these cats, just like I was saying earlier, these cats getting this NIL money. They go and get these fast cars, these C4s, these Porsches, and they going out and they trying to see how fast they go. But I mean, when we was 18, we would do the same thing. Maybe we wouldn't do it on campus, but we would do the same thing because it's new. When you grow up and you get this unexpected money because of playing football, it's just different. It hits different. So you getting more than you've ever had in your life. You gonna spend and you gonna get the best and you gonna push it to the limit, like on Scarface, push it to the limit.
So really, what we're saying here is it may be a third culprit in there. It's a little bit of the kids, it's a little bit of Kirby, And it's a little bit of the NIL and the NCAA.
Well, that
So the thing that we putting the blame on Kirby. Like I said, the only blame that I would put on him, which is really no blame, you recruiting all these big time stars. How is Kirby to blame?
Maybe because he's bringing. Okay, now I'm not blaming Kirby. I'm saying maybe. Yeah, what did you do with your loan check, Mike? That's a good question.
Tell Fred I came to Jeans Hall and gambled with you and Ken. $2,000 of ones. Yeah, Ken. Yeah, Mark. Yeah. We shot dice for 6 hours. It was like a telethon.
But
and you took half my loan check.
Once again, that's money. That's money. You had $2,000. $2,000 in ones, right? You playing, you doing what you wanted to do. That's the same thing these kids do.
He did.
I didn't. I think, man, okay, and I just want to hear how are we going to put the blame on Kirby?
No, what I was saying was the only way I can see putting it on him is this is the kid he recruited. And once you got him in there, you knew a lot of coaches know. And Mike, you're a coach. Maybe they don't. A lot of kids know these five-star, high 4-star kids has a sense of entitlement. So you get them there and they do all this stupid stuff and they get caught. So let's say Kirby say, like you said, look, Cuz got his second family violence. Kirby talked to him. He do what he do. And the kid does it again. Can we put it on Kirby? Because he's supposed to be the father figure on there. That's all I'm saying. Now, a lot of these kids make their own decisions, but he's supposed to be the CEO. He's supposed to be the father figure.
I think
that's why people will put the blame on him.
I think the OJ said it best. For the love of money, people will kill their own brother. For the love of money, people they just to love that money. The money that the NIL, and you can't really say, I heard you say earlier, Dame, the NCAA. There needs to be a governing body. This is a whole nother show.
The NCAA is a joke, but you can go.
The NCAA has nothing to do with the NIL, how much money that these kids get. And I'm absolutely sure the same thing happens at other universities, but it's not magnified at the same degree that it is at the University of Georgia. They get the same. Some people get more, some people get less, but they still get money. So they get this money and they go out and do stupid, crazy stuff. That's the result of, like Michael was saying, this is the result of them kids getting all this money. He getting the high-profile people, yeah. He getting the great athletes, yeah. But they getting paid greatly too. There's no more amateur sports. I'm sorry.
Let me ask y'all this question, and I'm gonna come at you from this angle. Do y'all think that it's a possibility that these Georgia football players are being targeted by the Clark County Police Department?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Because you never heard anything about while he was in college. Nothing about Stetson Bennett. Nothing about Brock Bowers. Ladd McConkey. A lot of these white kids, you don't hear no.
I will tend to agree with that.
Do you think that there's a slight possibility that these guys are being targeted by the Clark County Police Department?
I would definitely agree with that, Mike. I don't put it past. I agree.
What you think, Faye?
I have no disagreements for my part.
I agree with that. We can get to the quarterbacks now. We talking about.
Yeah. Last topic of the night. This is an easy one. Rank the NFL, AFC North quarterbacks. Of course, if you've been hiding under the rock or have been following NFL, the AFC North are the Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, and the Browns.
I tell you what, the Steelers quarterback last. If I'm going 4-1, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields would be last. They would be 4. Deshaun Watson 3. I guess Burrow 2 and Lamar Jackson 1.
Ryan?
As much as it pains me because they are unproven, and they really don't know who the number one is right now because they both are actually having good camps. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Michael. I totally agree with Michael. Steelers quarterback, whoever it is going to be 4. Deshaun Jackson, who is proven, is 3, proven in the division. 3, Burrow 2, and Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP, is number 1.
Damon.
Yeah, that's the order. That's the order. Now, question: where did they keep Flacco?
No, Flacco's in Indiana.
He's in Indiana. Okay, so
Come on, Flacco.
So yeah, that order's fine with me. But we gonna really see what a healthy Burrow can do, because this year it was messed up for him. He was hurt. He came in hurt. He had that surgery or whatever it was, and he started getting the rare form and ended up getting hurt again.
Yeah, the calf injury. It was the calf injury,
right? So I agree with that order. I agree with that wholeheartedly. The reigning MVP is the best in the AFC North.
Rank the division fade from 1 to 4 on who you think gonna win it.
Ooh. Everything depends on health.
Yep. Because if you were to tell me, I agree with Fabion on that. I would go with Cincinnati if they were healthy.
I'm going with Cleveland. Everybody say healthy.
Cleveland to win the division?
Yeah, if everybody stay healthy, they had the number 1 defense last year.
Who they lose? Did they lose anybody? Anybody get traded? Anybody free agents on defense?
I think pretty much that defense is still intact. If I'm not
they got Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos. I mean,
I forgot they got Jeudy.
I love my Steelers, but this is going to be a long road to hoe here because Steelers, as much as they improved on both sides of the football through draft and free agency, yeah, it's going to be a foe, but it's going to probably be one of the more competitive divisions in all the NFL.
Yeah, think
I
about
honestly believe they should start Fields. I'm sorry, I think they should start Fields.
I really don't think, be honest with you, Dan, I don't think they miss a beat either way. I really think they both bring now. You got age with Russell, and Fields has the youth, and you know how I feel about Justin Fields. But now for my team, I want the best for my team.
I think Fields has the stronger arm, and don't get me wrong,
he got the live arm. Let's be for real. He got the live arm now. He got a live arm. He got a arm. He may have it may be the same arm.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Ryan. I know you are the Steelers fan, so you would know more than me. But just off of how the Steelers run their offense and off of what you've seen in Fields in Ohio State and how the Bears used them, because the Bears didn't really use them. That wasn't their quarterback.
Right.
They really set him up for failure. I honestly think with that talent around him, he would succeed a little more than Russ. Russ has the experience, but you're looking at a younger guy. He's a little bigger, and you say live arm. I may agree with you. I still think it's a tad stronger because of age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
I would really look at implementing Fields. If you start Russ, okay, by week 3, I think it should be Fields. Because I really think he fits Tomlin's offense to what the scrambling ability, the type of receivers that y'all got. They do break routes and get open. They've been doing that since Big Ben. So I feel like he's the guy, because you really will be you'll be scared. Jamon nailed it. Jamon nailed it. He's right. Russ is the better short to intermediate, and Fields could take the top off. I think
I see that, but see, here's the thing: that the wild card is how are they? See, because this is a brand new thing. This whole Arthur Smith offense, the whole thing, This is all new. You got a new quarterback, new offense. You know what you're gonna get out the running back position. You got your running backs. You know what you're going. You know who the athletes are on the outside. But Arthur Smith, what is he going to bring to the table that we haven't seen in the AFC North before? What we haven't seen in the NFL before. So that's the question mark to me. I'm excited. I want to see it because I really think that even though I predicted them to go be last in the division, it won't be last by much. It won't be last by much.
We're gonna see though, because that division beats they beat each other up pretty bad. Because really, all of them, if everybody is healthy, has a top-notch defense. Every team in that division has a top-notch defense. Watt can stay healthy. You know you got to worry about the Steelers defensively. All that whole division will beat you defensively. It's just a matter of what quarterback is going to take over. That to me. I'm just saying to you, but you're the Steelers fan. I honestly think Fields probably is the better fit. You're right what you're saying. I just think he's the better fit. He's a little bigger. He's a little stronger. His arms are a little lighter because he's younger.
Yeah,
he's
4 inches taller than Russell.
Yeah,
4 inches taller than about 10 years younger. And let me take up Justin a little bit. This will be his 4th offensive coordinator in 4 years.
Bingo.
You know what? I hated that he struggled. He as much as he won with the Bears. That didn't really say who he was, in my opinion.
Because he did it himself. Remember,
right. He had to do it himself. Right.
He did a lot of that himself. 200 yards passing, then he run for $155, $160. 17 games of that running for your life. You're gonna look tired, bad, all that. Chicago didn't want that dude, man. It shouldn't have been a lame duck GM and coach picking him. They should have fired them before that draft.
Either fire or extend, because that's what he in now. Because Eberflus is now on. This is last year's contract. They haven't extended him, but you drafted Caleb Williams.
So my surprise and my X factor for the Steelers, since we're talking Steelers real quick and about this AFC North talk, Roman Wilson from Michigan.
Very good possession receiver.
Nothing. He could possibly be, by the end of camp, by the first preseason game, could possibly be the number 2 receiver playing out there with George Pickens. That's the talk.
Well, he not one for one. I watched him. He was up here. For one, he's not scared to go through the middle. That's number 1. He can play the slot very well. He could be a number 2. He has very good hands for his size because he's not even 6 foot yet. But he runs great routes.
That's the thing.
Hands. So that
can
help.
That is the thing that everybody is raving about up in Pennsylvania is the route running.
Yeah, he runs very good
catching, and he's better than expected for the draft position that he got. So he's a great fit, as they say.
He would be like Detroit's Amon-Ra St. Brown. If he turns out anything like that, y'all got a winner, bro. I watched him in Michigan. He's a very good possession receiver. He's competitive and he runs very good routes. So if he steps up like you said, that in itself will help Fields or whoever playing quarterback.
I agree with you though. End all be all. I can see by week 3, depending on how they start, that they could make a switch.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I don't think it's nothing against Russ, fellas. I just think he's a little older. He's been beat up. It's a lot of air. Let's just be real. The dude is a little weird. So, he's a little strange but he's getting a little older. The arm strength is starting to fade a little bit. Kind of remind you how Drew Brees fell off. The older Drew got, the less he was going downfield and he was throwing intermediate. He was trying to get yards after contact. That's what Russ is kind of reminding me of. Nothing against it. It's a Hall of Fame career. I just don't.
Is it Hall of Fame?
He got a Super Bowl. He got a Super Bowl. He was on the cusp of MVP at one time. So
he went to another one. They lost.
They've been top five MVP votes. They've been top 5 in any MVP votes.
Okay, so I give you that, Faye. If he wins another Super Bowl,
Deepest won his Super Bowl. The deepest won the Super Bowl for him that year.
I'm saying if he get his second one, it wouldn't be like Peyton. Peyton had one; he was a surefire Hall of Famer. The second one just made him even greater. I'm saying if he gets another Super Bowl, you can put Russ in that Hall of Fame.
If he's the MVP, yeah, but Peyton's second Super Bowl, he literally.
He was a man. He was a man child that year. Take that Super Bowl away. That man was going to the Hall of Fame.
You take the second one away, yeah, he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. He's going to the Hall of Fame. I'm saying Russ kind of sort of has a Hall of Fame career. If he win a second one, I'll give you that one. I give that one.
The Hall of Fame. He has a Hall of Fame career of decision making.
What you think, Mike? He need that one more Super Bowl? You think Russ is a Hall of Famer now, or do he need that other Super Bowl?
Russ done played in 2 Super Bowls, man. He a Hall of Famer.
See, that's what
Russ
I'm saying.
He done been an all NFL pro. He a Hall of Famer.
He done been the Walter Payton Man of the Year one time or twice, at least once, right? Yeah. I know he was a nominee.
Yeah, I'm saying he had played in 2 Super Bowls. He won one. It's hard to say he's not a Hall of Famer. Considering where he was picked to, it's hard to say he's not a Hall of Famer. Okay. That's my opinion. But the second one would solidify. It would be a no doubter.
Okay.
It would be a no doubter if he get that second Super Bowl.
Yeah, Pittsburgh need to get rid of Najee Davis. He's trash. He hasn't been good. But, Mariah's laughing because he know I'm telling the truth. So
well, I mean, it's one of them deals you could pass up. I mean, you get him for damn near pennies on the dollars, and you ain't really paying his salary. So I mean, why not? Give it a shot.
All right, fellas, good show. Of course, if we do something Sunday, make sure you bone up on Pulp Fiction. We're gonna talk about that Sunday. Outro music. I forgot about outro. We didn't do it last week because Shot brought some pew pew pew.
Hey, so let me ask y'all before we get off the air. How many of you guys, and I know Michael has, have college football 25 on EA on some type of gaming platform?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I ain't got it yet.
Hey,
but I'm gonna get it right, man.
So much stuff for Dynasty. We put everybody in. Everybody have us some fun. It'll be one more thing. We add to the Fort Valley boys, and we can throw them scores up and talk about that. Let's do that. Anatoly, let's get on there, Anatoly. Let's go. Come on. Everybody that's on there to be on the chat. Spread all these chats. Let's go.
Why is he so loud? Goodness gracious.
That's our show. We're gonna see y'all maybe Sunday, but if not, we'll see you Wednesday. We out.
But like he was yelling at me. Yeah.